Arriving in Burma and learning how grave her mother's condition was, Suu Kyi decided to move with her mother back to their original home on University Avenue in Rangoon. Finding herself in the midst of the democratic uprising, Suu Kyi grew angered at the regime in power and became more and more involved with the movement. Soon, she was leading rallies and public protests. Eventually, with friends, she formed the NLD, the National League for Democracy. And as NLD's leader, she called for new and fair elections in Burma. The government, however, would not stand for any opposition. Soldiers began firing on the demonstrators, killing those who stood and resisted. On one sad day in Burmese history, more than 10,000 people were massacred by the Burmese military government while protesting in the capital city of Rangoon. The public opposition continued to grow. And finally, in an effort to silence the mounting concern from international onlookers, General Ne Win resigned from power, and the military government, the SLORC, agreed to new elections in Burma. A date was set for May 1990. Concerned by the growing following for Aung San Suu Kyi, however, the military government placed her under house arrest months prior to the election. They believed that by not allowing her to campaign, people would forget about her. The SLORC would win the election, and they could use the outcome to silence both international and domestic pressures to step down from power. The plan failed. On Election Day, the National League for Democracy won an overwhelming majority, 82% of the seats in Parliament, and Aung San Suu Kyi became their chosen leader. The people of Burma had spoken. Not knowing what to do next, the military government quickly dismissed the election results. Thousands of rightly elected officials became political prisoners overnight, and actions were implemented to silence people throughout the country. The SLORC, Burma's military regime, had shown its brute strength to control the nation. In 1991, while still under house arrest, and with many of her friends and supporters behind bars as political prisoners, Aung San Suu Kyi was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize. Because communication with her was strictly censored, Aung San Suu Kyi didn't learn about winning the prestigious honor until hearing mention of it on the radio as she listened to music.
Everybody here tonight, to the people of Burma, hello from Dublin, Ireland.
Crowbar beside my head. I got dolphins off of the tick-tock clock. When you told me what you knew, lost in the moment, the day that the music stopped, and I do remember you. Drawing letters to the corner on the tablecloth, promising volcanic change of plot. Where will this lead us? I'm scared of the storm. The outsiders are gathered round and I just say it's wrong. Oh, I tried to tell you I am not afraid. You looked up inside all across my face. So am I with you or am I with me? I don't think it's that easy. We're lost in regret. Now I'm trying to remember the feeling when the music stopped, when you told me what you knew. Lost in the moment, the day that the music
must be free!
Burma, Burma must be free!
Burma, Burma must be free!
Burma, Burma must be free!
Free, free, free!
The situation in Burma matters greatly to us. We have been greatly concerned by human rights violations in Burma, and also the future and fate of Aung San Suu Kyi, who is under house arrest. We are very concerned, and we believe that attention and the situation there needs to be spotlighted.
It is time for the international community to acknowledge that the status quo serves nobody's interest except those of the regime. Burma's people suffer.
I think we free Burma by continuing to keep up the international pressures at every level. I would like to see more sanctions against Burma. I would like to see every single day on the floor of the United States Senate the plight and heroism of the Burmese people be discussed. I would like to see it given higher priority at the United Nations.
For those sanctions to truly work, obviously we need international support. We are working hard to make sure the Europeans are as interested in this issue and also join in the sanctions. And it would be obviously even more helpful if the ASEAN countries, the countries in the neighborhood of Burma, were to join with us. But I think international sanctions are the most significant thing we could do to help bring down the thuggish regime that is currently running your country.
There are those who say that we object to economic investment, that we are in favor of sanctions. And the reason why we are in favor of sanctions is because we know that sanctions do not hurt the public at large as much as it hurts the military junta. Of course, there are people in the general public who get some of the spillover. It's a very tiny trickle. The great big pool just remains with the elite at the top, which is why we object to investment at this time, and we don't think that any investment here will be handled in a responsible way that the people benefit from it.